Hey, it's Aaron the Ho from Mobilereviews-eh.ca, and today we're going to do the review for the Spigen Slim Armor for the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus. The Spigen Slim Armor is a decent case, but during my time with it, I had a couple issues with the texture of the case, as well as accessing the buttons on my iPhone 6 Plus. On the flip side, it's easy to put in your pockets if you're that kind of person who puts your iPhone 6 Plus in your pockets, and the cutouts on the back is actually quite useful in terms of handling your iPhone. Oh, and the case comes with a kickstand, which actually I like. I don't like iPhone cases with kickstands, but it actually works well with the Spigen Slim Armor, especially with your iPhone 6 Plus. This case handles a bit better than your Ballistic Tough Jackets and your Ballistic Urbanites, but we don't think it fares as well as the Incipio Dual Pro as well as the CVO Dialex. With all things considered, we gave this case a score of 4 A's out of 5. It's a decent slim iPhone 6 and 6 Plus case. That's the 30-second blurb for this case. If you want all the written details, check the website.
Real usage, real reviews. Mobilereviews-eh.ca.
So at Mobilereviews-eh.ca, we like to use our stuff before we actually review it. So that means, well, doing stuff with it. With the Spigen Slim Armor, it was our primary case for several days, and we did spend quite a bit of time comparing it to the Spigen Tough Armor as well as the Incipio Dual Pro. This case isn't drop rated, but Spigen does spend a lot of time on their website talking about the protection and the shock absorption of the web design at the back. Now, that's actually one of the things that annoys me and or scares me when a case company says their stuff is tough, but doesn't actually say you can drop it. We're going to do 2 drop tests. We're going to do a waist height, saying you're pulling your iPhone 6 Plus out of your pocket and you drop it, and then we're going to do one from texting height. So, waist height, that's about this height. Oh God, iPhone 6 Plus. On the floor. Now, one of the things you have to make sure is that, there's no debris on the floor because the edges are actually really shallow. So, debris might actually shatter your screen if you're not careful. So 4 feet's about my chest height. I'm texting away, I'm walking away, and I trip. So, the case itself doesn't show any damage or scuffing. It's in pretty good shape. We're going to take a quick look at the iPhone 6. Well, looks pretty flat to me. So we're good. Drop test pass. Now, this case that I have actually isn't mine, and it wasn't actually sent to us through a case manufacturer. Cory Nickerson actually sent me this case to review. So, huge props to him. I don't know how many more props I can give verbally in a video, but huge props to him. Now, there were 2 conditions for me in terms of reviewing this case, was that I had to sign it after I'm done with it, and I had to drop it, which I just did. So your iPhone 6, normal drops, it's good to go. Now, to elaborate on the issues I have with the texture and the access to my iPhone, I found the polycarbonate shell a little too slick for my liking. Now, my hands are generally pretty dry, so that doesn't really help at all. But once you get the iPhone 6 Plus solidly in your hand, using the iPhone's touchscreen is awesome because the lips are fairly low. The cutout on the back of the case actually helps with the one-handed usage since it gives a place for your fingers to kind of hang out. The standout issue that I had with the case in terms of accessing my iPhone was the flushness of the buttons through the case. According to Spigen, this is a design feature of the case, but I found myself searching for the volume buttons, especially while taking photos. Now, if this is the only case that you'll have, you probably will get used to that fact, but because I'm switching in and out of cases all the time, that one feature is something that kind of annoys me, and I take a lot of pictures. So those are kind of the big standout features of the Spigen Slim Armor. I am going to take the next few minutes to talk about some of the other features as well. If you'd rather check out the full-blown review, we've got a nice, easy-to-read review table for you on our website, so do check that out if you prefer reading. I'm going to take the next few minutes to talk about the design of the case, the ease of install, the thickness, as well as the protection in terms of dust and water, and the screen usability of the case. In terms of design, the Slim Armor will not double the thickness of your iPhone, which is nice. It comes in 2 parts and is quite easy to install. The exposed portion of the TPU sleeve is a little higher than the polycarbonate section, so it keeps the back of the polycarbonate section off a flat surface. This is a good thing because we think the polycarbonate backing will scratch a little easier than other cases, assuming it's the same type of plastic found on the Spigen Tough Armor. In terms of dust protection, we're not big fans of spare cutouts in iPhone cases, and this one has a big one right around the Apple sign. In terms of screen protection, the lip of the case is one of the lowest. It's 0.6 millimeters coming off of the iPhone 6, so it's not going to offer much clearance for your iPhone's touchscreen, so getting a screen protector is definitely a good idea. Now, in terms of accessing your iPhone inside the case, other than not being able to find your buttons easily, that we've talked about at the beginning of the case, everything else is pretty standard. Buttons are actually easy to push once you find them. Cory did note that he thought the mute ringer switch was a little recessed, but based on our time with other cases, this is pretty normal. And we do have to mention that with the kickstand, one of the setups is really unstable, and then the other setup is actually incredibly stable. And as we said at the beginning of the video, the kickstand on the Spigen Slim Armor for the iPhone 6 Plus is quite useful. We're a big fan of it. So that's all I got for the Spigen Slim Armor. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Now, this case has been requested or has been used by several of our viewers. Matt DeWitt has one on his wife's iPhone 5S. V-Build 2478 2014 wanted us to review this case, as well as Victor Cavero. Again, questions, leave them in the comment section below. Again, props to Cory Nickerson for sending me this case to review. I am going to be sending it back with my signatures all over it. And I guess I'll offer this up to anybody else who wants to send me a case for me to review. I am more than happy to do that. It might take, several weeks for the entire thing to actually come out on YouTube, but I will do it. Find us on Google+, Twitter, as well as Instagram. Check out the awesome animated GIF I made of myself saying that, oh my gosh, the iPhone 6 spins when you sit on it, on Tumblr. Thank you for watching. So I am literally just about to start filming this review, and the moment I start, the red light's on, everything's going, somebody upstairs is vacuuming. It's a Saturday morning. It sounds like they're vacuuming hardwood with a carpet attachment.